Chosen one, listen carefully. Heaven has pressed pause on every distraction surrounding you, because this word is not casual, not random, not coincidence. It is direct. You are standing on the threshold of a moment that will define your tomorrow at 9:19 a.m. Do not scroll past this. You were never meant to be ordinary. And this very hour is proof. You feel it already deep inside. The unrest, the weight, the sense that you are being pulled in a way others around you do not understand. You are not here by chance. You are here because the Lord has marked you with a seal the world cannot erase. From the day you were born, battles were unleashed against you, not because you were weak, but because you carried light so fierce that darkness trembled at your arrival. This is why rejection has followed you. This is why you were misunderstood by those you thought would love you. This is why loneliness has been your shadow and tears have been your secret prayers. Beloved chosen one, you carry something from eternity within you. You are the vessel God has hidden until this appointed time. And tomorrow at the striking of 9:19 a.m., the seal will be tested. Scripture says in the Gospel of John, John chapter 1, verse 5, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. And that light is in you. The battle around your life is not proof of your failure, it is proof of your value. Hell has never wasted its weapons on the empty. The enemy targets only the marked, only the called, only the chosen. That is why you have carried more pain than others. But it is also why you will walk in greater glory than others. Beloved, you are about to see why heaven kept you alive when others fell. Every accident missed. Every night you almost gave up. Every time despair knocked, but you rose again. These were all whispers of divine preservation. God has not forgotten you. The delay you feel is not denial, it is preparation. You were hidden, not forsaken, and now you are being summoned. Do not ignore this moment. To dismiss it is to walk blind into tomorrow. You are one yes away from a breakthrough, and one no away from silence. Mercy is at your door now, but mercy does not wait forever. That is why I must warn you, do not harden your heart. This word is your lifeline. Heaven has assigned you this message because you are standing at a spiritual crossroad. At 9:19 a.m., a gate will open. Some will sleep through it. Some will laugh through it. But you will stand ready. You will not miss what others miss. You will not fall as others fall. Your name has been called by the King himself. When you rise tomorrow, you must remember, your obedience in that hour will unlock what years of striving could never achieve. You ask yourself, why me? Because you were never designed to blend in. You were born with fingerprints that carry prophecy. You walk with footsteps that echo in eternity. You breathe with lungs filled with the Spirit's breath, and your very existence terrifies hell, because you are living proof that light is still greater than darkness. Chosen one, heaven is not speaking in riddles, heaven is speaking in clarity. Prepare yourself. Watch the time. Be awake at 9:19. Expect a stirring. Expect a sign. Expect the shift. When you obey, you will witness chains break that generations before you could not break. Now, hear this call. If this word touches your spirit, do not keep it silent. Spread it so others who are marked will not miss their hour. Like this message. Share it to awaken another chosen one. And subscribe, so you remain aligned with every coming instruction. This is bigger than you. This is about a movement of God's marked ones across the earth, rising together, refusing to bow, refusing to blend in, shining as torches in the night. And now, beloved chosen one, take one prophetic act. Seal this moment by typing the number 777 inches the comments. This is not superstition, it is alignment. It is agreement. It is a declaration that you will not miss your moment. At 9:19 a.m., heaven sees every act of faith. And when you write it, you are marking yourself not just with words, but with obedience. The light shines in you. Darkness cannot overcome you. Tomorrow at 9:19, the hour will speak. Chosen one, you must come to terms with who you are. Identity is the foundation of destiny, and destiny cannot bloom in confusion. Many have tried to shape you into their mold, to place labels upon you, to force you into patterns that fit their comfort. But you were never born for conformity. You were born for distinction. Your scars, your battles, even your quiet victories are markers of one undeniable truth. You are chosen. You sense it when you walk into rooms. Though you may try to stay quiet, there is a weight around you, an atmosphere that shifts because of your presence. Others may not be able to name it, but they feel it. They may call it intimidation, or they may misunderstand it as pride. But the truth is simple. Light unsettles darkness, and anointing exposes what is counterfeit. This is why you have never been fully accepted by the crowd, and this, chosen one, is why you cannot afford to despise your uniqueness. The apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9, what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, what no human mind conceived, the things God prepared for those who love him. Beloved, the world does not understand chosen identity, because chosen identity is not earned. It is bestowed. You cannot work your way into being chosen, nor can you disqualify yourself by the mistakes of your past. God himself stamped you with his seal before you were formed in your mother's womb. Every breath you take is confirmation of his intentional design. Do you realize what this means? It means that every setback in your life has been a setup. It means that even the darkest pits you fell into were not final. They were shaping grounds. The betrayal you endured was pruning. The silence you walked through was training. The loneliness you suffered was heaven's classroom. You were learning to walk with God in places no one else dared to enter. And now, every tear is about to testify. Chosen one, when you stand tomorrow at 9:19 a.m., you must do so in full awareness of this truth. You are not like the rest. You cannot enter that moment doubting yourself or envying others. What you carry is specific. What you carry is holy. What you carry is eternal. This is why your preparation has been so unusual. While others coasted through life with ease, you fought battles in silence. While others played, you prayed. While others mocked, you carried the weight of intercession. You were being trained, even when you didn't understand the lesson. Think of David, the forgotten shepherd boy. He was overlooked by his family, underestimated by kings, yet chosen by God. Think of Joseph, despised by his brothers, thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, yet lifted to the palace because destiny could not be buried. Think of Esther, hidden in exile, but brought into the kingdom for such a time as this. Their stories echo in yours. You are not the exception, you are the continuation. So do not shrink back. Stop trying to erase what makes you different. Stop apologizing for the weight of glory you carry. Stop doubting the fire burning inside you. Own it. Declare it. Live it. Because tomorrow, at 9:19, heaven will not ask you to become someone else. It will demand that you finally stand as who you already are. Beloved, listen carefully. Every identity crisis is an attack on your destiny. That is why the enemy has worked tirelessly to confuse you, to distort your self-image, to drown you in lies about your worth. But now you must silence those voices. Your worth is not determined by who left you. Your identity is not defined by who misunderstood you. Your calling is not cancelled by who doubted you. You are chosen, sealed, and set apart. There is a reason why others walk away and you still rise. There is a reason why storms hit, but you remain standing. It is not because you are lucky, it is because you are anchored. Anchored to a word. Anchored to a promise. Anchored to a destiny that will not let you go. Even when you tried to give up, God did not release you. Even when you tried to hide, He called your name again. Even when you wandered, His mercy pursued you. Chosen one. Embrace it. You are not random. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. And tomorrow, your identity will be your weapon. Stand tall. Walk boldly. And remember, the world did not choose you. So the world cannot unchoose you. Heaven's seal is greater than man's rejection. Chosen one. Now, you must hear clearly about the nature of the warning. It is not a vague feeling, nor is it superstition. What is coming at 9:19 a.m. is a divine alert, a trumpet sound in the spirit realm, calling you to position yourself. A warning from heaven is not meant to frighten you into paralysis. It is meant to awaken you into obedience. You have noticed the patterns already. Strange interruptions in your plans. Sudden pauses. Doors that once seemed open but mysteriously closed. These are not random setbacks. They are gentle alarms. Reminders that heaven is steering you away from traps set by the adversary. The warning is not punishment, it is protection. If you discern it and obey it, you will walk straight into alignment with what has been prepared for you. If you ignore it, you risk wandering where darkness waits. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Psalms chapter 32, verse 8. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. This is the heart of God toward you. He does not simply command, He guides. He does not merely warn, He watches. His loving eye has never left you. And that is why this warning matters so much. Beloved, understand this. The nature of God's warnings is mercy. He warns because He still desires to protect. He alerts because He still intends to deliver. Judgment without warning would be justice. But the fact that you are warned before the hour is proof of His mercy toward you. Do not mistake this mercy for weakness. Do not think you can keep delaying. When God warns, it is because the time is short. You cannot treat this moment casually. At 9:19 a.m., a line will be drawn. You will either stand in obedience, or you will drift into blindness. Do not deceive yourself into thinking neutrality is possible. To delay is to deny. To ignore is to rebel. Heaven speaks now, so that you will not claim ignorance later. You are being summoned to prepare, not tomorrow morning, but now tonight, in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit. Why such urgency? Because there are assignments waiting on the other side of your obedience. There are people tied to your yes, destinies connected to your posture. This is not only about you. Heaven sees beyond you. Heaven sees through you. You are a vessel, and through you, others will either be preserved or left vulnerable. That is why your obedience cannot be optional. You may ask, what exactly happens at 9:19? The truth is not that you will see fireworks or hear thunder. The truth is that heaven will open a window. In that window, instructions will come sharper. Clarity will pierce confusion. And an alignment will be offered that may not return soon. You are being called to awareness, so you will not miss it. Remember, a door left unopened does not stay open forever. Chosen one, you must take this seriously. Heaven's warnings are treasures. Many in the past ignored such warnings and later wept over what they lost. But you, beloved, are not destined to repeat their mistakes. You are destined to stand, to hear, to obey. That is why the word is reaching you now. It is an act of divine preservation. And here, you must do more than hear. You must respond. Open your mouth, open your spirit, and agree with heaven. To mark your agreement, I invite you now to comment these simple words. I will listen. Why these words? Because they are not empty. When you type them, you declare that you are not deaf to God's warning. You confess that you choose to open your ears and heart to His instruction. You break the curse of stubbornness that generations before you may have walked under. You position yourself as one who will not only hear but obey. It is a prophetic act, simple in the natural, yet weighty in the spiritual. Heaven watches small obediences to release great rewards. So do not hesitate. Say it with faith. Let your fingers type what your heart agrees. I will listen. In that moment, you align yourself with divine counsel and separate yourself from the crowd that mocks and ignores. Tomorrow at 9:19, when the window opens, you will not be found unprepared, because you chose to respond today. Beloved chosen one, take this seriously. Warnings are for the beloved, not for the rejected. God corrects and instructs those He loves. If this message has found you, it is because His love still pursues you. Stand in awe of that love. Stand in the weight of that mercy. Do not let it pass by. You are chosen. You are marked. And you are warned so that you will be ready. Chosen one. You have been surrounded by signs. They were not accidents. They were not coincidences. They were heavenly signals. Subtle but consistent. Woven into the fabric of your days. Many you noticed but dismissed. Others you felt but ignored. And still others you only now begin to recognize as divine fingerprints. The warning for 9:19 a.m. is not arriving without context. It is the climax of signs that have already been whispered around you. Think back. There were dreams that seemed too vivid to be ordinary. There were encounters with strangers who spoke words that pierced deeper than casual conversation. There were repeated numbers, phrases, and songs that kept appearing until you grew uneasy at their persistence. None of these were random. They were prophetic breadcrumbs, leading you here. Heaven has been speaking. Your spirit has been listening. Even when your mind could not understand, heaven speaks clearly through the words in Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. This day I call the heavens and the earth as witnesses against you that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life, so that you and your children may live. This has been the pattern all along. Every sign you encountered was part of a larger invitation: life or death, obedience or rebellion, blessing or curse. Heaven never forces, it points. It signals, and it waits. Beloved, there is a reason signs surround you. God knows how fragile human memory can be. He knows how quickly you can doubt after a storm. So he places reminders around you, constant whispers that you are not forgotten. You may have noticed feathers where no bird was, coins where no one dropped them, or sudden words that matched the exact thoughts in your heart. These were not accidents. They were signs tailored to your path. Some signs were corrective, pulling you back from danger. You recall the uneasy feeling when you were about to take a step in the wrong direction. That check in your spirit was not paranoia, it was divine restraint. Other signs were affirming, reminding you that even in your loneliness, heaven was near. That sudden peace, that unexpected encouragement, that sense of clarity in the middle of confusion, these were heaven's fingerprints upon your heart. Signs are heaven's language for the sensitive soul. They are confirmations that your path is not blind, that your steps are not random. But here is the truth: signs demand discernment. Many have seen signs but mocked them. Many have felt nudges but brushed them off as emotion. Yet you, chosen one, are not called to dismiss what others overlook. You are called to read them, to treasure them, to interpret them with holy reverence. The signs around you have been converging toward 9:19 a.m. This is why they seem to increase lately. It was not your imagination that dreams became more intense, or that numbers repeated themselves more often, or that conversations echoed things you had just prayed in secret. Heaven has been turning up the volume. The closer the hour, the clearer the signs. But hear me, signs are not entertainment. They are not curiosities. They are roadmaps. To treat them as mere coincidences is to dishonor the one who sends them. Every sign is an act of mercy, a divine nudge that says, you are not walking alone. And tomorrow, at 9:19, the signs will converge. What was scattered will align. What was hidden will be unveiled. Beloved chosen one, you must understand that ignoring signs carries consequence. If you dismiss them, you dull your discernment. If you mock them, you close your ears to further instruction. Signs are the training ground for obedience. If you cannot recognize God in the small things, how will you recognize Him in the greater? If you cannot follow a whisper, how will you endure a shout? Yet, there is mercy here. Even when you missed the signs in the past, God still brought you here. Even when you ignored the nudges, His love pursued you. This message is itself a sign, undeniable, direct, intentional. It is not an accident that you are reading these words on the eve of a divine appointment. This is heaven's loudest whisper yet. So, watch closely. Tonight, your dreams may carry clues. Tomorrow morning, your steps may cross paths with unexpected confirmations. Pay attention. Do not drift. Do not numb yourself with distractions. Every detail could matter. God is still speaking, and He will not stop until you are fully awakened. Chosen one. The signs around you are not just about you. They are about generations. When you obey, your children will reap the blessing. When you discern, those connected to you will find safety. You are not only being prepared for yourself, you are being prepared as a sign for others. Your obedience becomes their confirmation. Your testimony becomes their proof. Lift your head. Open your eyes. Quiet your soul. The signs are everywhere. Tomorrow they will gather into one undeniable message. You are chosen. You are called. You are being summoned into destiny. Chosen one. We must speak plainly about the cost of delay. Destiny is not cheap. It requires urgency. And when you hesitate, you pay. Time is one currency you cannot earn back. The enemy understands this, which is why he whispers, later, tomorrow, another day. But heaven warns you tonight, procrastination is the slow poison of the chosen. Imagine a seed placed in the ground. If it is watered on time, it grows into a tree that offers shade, fruit, and shelter. But if it is ignored, if the soil is left dry, the seed remains dormant, potential locked away. Purpose unfulfilled. That is what delay does. It locks away your destiny, suffocating your calling beneath the weight of excuses. You are not called to delay. You are called to act. The prophet Elijah declared it clearly in the book of 1 Kings. 1 Kings, chapter 18, verse 21. How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow Him. But if Baal is God, follow him. This is the essence of delay, wavering, halting, lingering in indecision while time runs out. Heaven is urging you, do not waver. Beloved, delay costs more than you realize. It costs clarity, because when you put off obedience, confusion fills the silence. It costs opportunity, because doors do not stay open forever. It costs generations, because what you fail to embrace, your children may have to fight for later. The weight of delay is heavier than the weight of obedience. This is why your response matters, not just in your heart, but in your actions. When you like, when you share, when you subscribe, when you even give, you are not engaging in empty gestures. You are pouring water onto the seed. You are saying, I refuse to delay. I will not withhold. Every click, every act of support is a prophetic sign that you will not sit idle while heaven speaks. Think of it like a fire. One spark can ignite a flame, but for the fire to burn brighter, it needs oxygen and fuel. This word is a spark, but your response is the oxygen that keeps it alive. Your engagement is the wood upon the altar, ensuring that the flame does not die out. To like and share is not vanity, it is evangelism. To subscribe is not formality, it is alignment. To give is not loss, it is planting into fertile soil. You may say, but my action is small. Yet remember the widow's 2 coins. Remember the boy's 5 loaves and 2 fish. Small offerings in human eyes became great miracles in God's hands. Your action may feel simple, but heaven multiplies it. By sharing, you become a messenger to someone who might otherwise miss their warning. By supporting, you sustain the very stream that pours living water into thirsty souls. By subscribing, you anchor yourself to continuous guidance, refusing to drift away again. Beloved chosen one, delay has already stolen enough from you. How many times did you sense the tug to pray, yet scrolled instead? How many times were you stirred to encourage someone, yet stayed silent? How many warnings came, only to be buried under excuses? Do not let this moment become another tally in the ledger of regret. This is not about pressure, it is about partnership. You are being invited into a work bigger than yourself, like a torchbearer in a long relay. You are called to run your part of the race and pass the flame on, and flames must be fed. That is why I say with sincerity, if this message nourishes you, nurture it in return. If it awakens you, awaken another by sharing. If it strengthens you, strengthen the stream by supporting it. Your generosity becomes part of the altar where fire falls. Consider the cost of delay again. If Noah had delayed, the ark would not have been ready when the rains came. If Esther had delayed, her people might have perished. If David had delayed, Goliath would have stood unchallenged. The chosen do not wait until it is convenient. They move when heaven calls. Tomorrow, at 9:19 a.m., you will not wish you had waited. You will rejoice that you prepared. Beloved, let your action today testify against the spirit of delay. Break its grip. Water the seed. Feed the fire. Sustain the altar. Be part of the movement heaven is building in this generation. Refuse to let the voice of God grow faint because of silence. Respond. Engage. Partner. And prepare. Remember, delay has a cost, but obedience has a reward. And your reward is not just for you, it overflows into those connected to you. You are chosen not for isolation, but for impact. Let your obedience echo into eternity. Chosen one, you must not be naive. As much as heaven has marked you, hell has noticed you. The forces of opposition have always surrounded your steps, and their assignment is simple: to wear you down, to confuse you, to make you surrender your identity. Do not mistake their persistence as victory. Their resistance is proof of your importance. From the very start of your life, battles were stirred against you. Some came through the rejection of people you loved. Others arrived through sudden storms that left you breathless. Still, others came through unseen pressures that no one else around you could explain. These were not random, they were calculated attacks designed to distract you from your calling. The adversary knows that if you ever step fully into who you are, you will shatter his schemes. That is why the warfare against you has been so relentless. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs chapter 24, verse 16, "For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again, but the wicked stumble when calamity strikes." This is the reality of your story. You have fallen, yes, but you have risen, again and again. You rose when others expected you to stay down, and every time you rose, hell trembled, because it saw you are unbreakable when you stand with God. Beloved, hear this clearly. The opposition in your life is not always visible. Darkness does not always roar, it often whispers. It whispers discouragement when you are weary. It whispers lies when you are vulnerable. It whispers fear when you stand on the edge of breakthrough. These whispers are designed to erode your courage slowly, to make you believe you are too weak to continue. Yet here you are, still standing, still chosen, still pressing forward. Sometimes opposition comes through people, not because they are your enemies, but because they are being used unknowingly. Words spoken against you, judgments cast upon you, betrayals that pierced you. These were darts sent to your soul, and yet you endured. What others meant to break you, God used to shape you. What they meant for harm, heaven redirected for good. At other times, opposition has been internal. The battle in your own mind, the tug of doubt, the weight of shame. All of these are battlegrounds where the enemy has tried to plant his flag. But you must understand this truth. Your mind is not the enemy's territory. Your heart is not his throne. You belong to God, sealed and set apart. The enemy may whisper, but he cannot own. He may push, but he cannot prevail. Why then does the opposition remain so fierce? Because hell recognizes what heaven has invested in you. You carry light, and light exposes darkness. Every step you take into obedience pulls others out of bondage. Every prayer you pray shakes foundations. Every act of faith you release sends ripples into eternity. This is why the opposition intensifies before breakthrough, because the adversary sees what is coming. He sees that tomorrow at 9:19 a.m. a gate will open that he cannot shut. A blessing will be released that he cannot block. Beloved chosen one, do not let fear dominate your heart. Opposition is a sign of destiny. You are not being attacked because you are weak. You are being attacked because you are dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. Take this as confirmation that your calling is real, your identity is secure, and your moment is near. Now, let your heart respond in faith. As an act of agreement, I invite you to comment the prophetic number 444 below. Do not underestimate this simple step. When you write it, you are declaring, I am surrounded, but I am not shaken. I am opposed, but I am not defeated. I am chosen, and I will stand. This number is not superstition, it is a prophetic banner. It symbolizes stability, a reminder that though storms rage, your foundation remains unshaken. By typing it, you are not only testifying to yourself, but also sending a signal into the unseen realm. Heaven records it, hell notices it, and your spirit aligns with courage. Chosen one. Tomorrow at 9:19. The opposition will try one last time to cloud your focus, but you will be ready. You will not bow. You will not break. You will rise as you have risen before. Stronger, bolder, and more unshakable. Remember the proverb, the righteous may fall, but they rise again. You are that righteous one, clothed not in your own strength, but in God's covering. Stand firm. The opposition cannot erase the seal on your life. You are chosen. You are marked. You are unstoppable. Chosen one. Preparation is not a suggestion, it is a necessity. Heaven is not sending you into tomorrow's hour at 9:19 a.m. unarmed or unaware. You are being called to prepare inwardly, to set your heart, your mind, and your spirit in alignment. Just as soldiers polish their armor before battle and priests cleanse themselves before entering the temple, so must you consecrate yourself for this moment. It is written in the book of Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. This is the posture you are being invited into. Your preparation is not about frantic striving, it is about anchored hope. Strength is renewed, not by rushing, but by waiting upon the Lord. Beloved, preparation begins with silence. The world around you clamors for your attention, endless noise, endless demand, endless distractions. But before the hour strikes, you must quiet your soul, find space to be still, to breathe deeply, to let the noise fall away. In silence, your spirit sharpens. In stillness, your ears open. Heaven speaks most clearly when the heart is not divided from silence. Step into prayer, not prayer filled with endless requests, but prayer that surrenders. Tell God what He already knows, that you are willing, that you are ready, that you long to hear His instruction. Prayer is the aligning of your spirit with His. It is the placing of your will into His hands. Without prayer, you walk into battle with no strategy. With prayer, you walk with heaven's map in your heart. Fasting, too, is part of this preparation. Not merely abstaining from food, but creating space by setting aside what distracts your soul. Perhaps it is a meal. Perhaps it is your screen. Perhaps it is the voices that drain your focus. Fasting is the sharpening of hunger, reminding your body and spirit that your sustenance comes from above. As the Israelites prepared themselves for God's visitation, as Jesus Himself fasted before ministry, so you prepare by emptying what is unnecessary to make room for the necessary. Beloved, preparation is not only inward, but also practical. Lay out what you will need before the hour comes. Just as Israel packed their unleavened bread the night before their exodus, you must prepare your environment. Set aside your distractions. Clear your space and posture your body for readiness. If you know where the distractions lie, remove them now. Do not trust yourself to resist them when the moment arrives. Wisdom is to prepare in advance. Guard your mind as well. Do not fill your thoughts tonight with fear, doubt, or noise. Instead, meditate on truth. Recall the promises spoken over your life, the victories you have already seen, the whispers of God in past seasons. Let these be your meditation, for what fills your mind will fuel your spirit tomorrow. Beloved chosen one, preparation also involves forgiveness. Unforgiveness is a weight you cannot carry into divine moments. It drains your strength, clouds your vision, and ties you to the past. Search your heart, and if there are names, faces, or wounds that still hold you captive, release them now. Forgiveness is not condoning the wrong, it is freeing yourself from the chain. You cannot rise like an eagle tomorrow if bitterness weighs you down today. Do not overlook worship. Worship is not merely music, it is posture. It is the lifting of your heart in awe, declaring that God is bigger than what you fear, greater than what opposes you, stronger than what lies ahead. Worship disarms the enemy before the battle even begins. As Jehoshaphat's army discovered, praise is a weapon. Let worship be on your lips as you step into this divine hour. Chosen one, preparation may seem simple, but it is sacred. You are not being asked to climb mountains or to earn your destiny through toil. You are being asked to yield, to ready yourself, to walk in with eyes clear and spirit awake. Tomorrow will not wait for you to get ready. You must already be ready when it comes. And remember, preparation is not proof of weakness, it is proof of expectation. The wise virgins trimmed their lamps in anticipation of the bridegroom. Noah built the ark before the rain fell. Daniel prayed before the decree was signed. They prepared not because they doubted, but because they believed. You prepare now because you believe that heaven will indeed meet you at 9:19 a.m. So tonight, do not waste time in idle chatter. Do not numb yourself with endless distractions. Prepare as though a king is coming because he is. Prepare as though destiny is knocking because it is. Prepare as though your obedience will echo for generations because it will. Chosen one, heaven has already set the hour. Now it is your turn to be ready. Chosen one, heaven's call is not only spiritual but also practical. To step fully into your hour at 9:19 a.m., you must tend to the tangible details of your life. The unseen and the seen are not enemies, they are allies. Spirit fuels matter, but matter also hosts spirit. Just as the tabernacle required precise construction to host God's glory, so too must your environment and habits align with the divine. The Word of God declares in the book of Psalms, Psalms chapter 101, verse 2, I will be careful to lead a blameless life. When will you come to me? I will conduct the affairs of my house with a blameless heart. Here lies the wisdom of preparation. Holiness is not only in prayer, it is in the ordering of your affairs, in the purity of your atmosphere, in the integrity of your daily steps. Beloved, begin with your environment. Chaos around you often fuels chaos within you. Before the appointed hour, clear your space. Remove what distracts, what weighs down, what pulls your focus from the eternal. A cluttered table, unnoisy background, an unmade space. These are small things, yet they echo larger truths. By creating order in your environment, you are declaring readiness for the order of heaven. Next, consider your body. This vessel carries the Spirit, and tomorrow it must not be sluggish or distracted. Rest well tonight. Let your body breathe. Let your strength be renewed. Drink water. Eat lightly. Avoid what dulls your senses. Do not stumble into 9:19 heavy with exhaustion. Arrive alert. Awake. Sharp. Just as priests wash themselves before entering the holy place, you prepare your body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God. Think also of your words. In the hours leading up to tomorrow, guard your mouth. Do not waste breath on gossip, complaints, or arguments. Words are seeds, and the soil of this moment is fertile. Speak life. Declare promise. Rehearse truth. Let your tongue be a fountain of clarity, not a spark for distraction. Even silence, when chosen wisely, becomes a weapon of preparation. Beloved, chosen one, make a checklist if you must. Write down what must be set in order tonight. Your space, your body, your schedule, your thoughts. Place reminders where your eyes will see them. Do not assume you will remember in the rush of the morning. Preparation is not pride, it is humility that admits, I need reminders to stay aligned. Do not forget your relationships. Strife in the heart clouds, clarity in the spirit. As far as it depends on you, seek peace tonight. If a word of apology is due, give it. If reconciliation is possible, Pursue it. You cannot control how others respond, but you can cleanse your conscience. Tomorrow you must stand light, not heavy with unresolved conflicts. Practical preparation also means being intentional with your time. Set an alarm. Mark the moment. Do not let the hours slip by unnoticed. Treat it as you would treat the most important appointment of your life. Because in truth, it is. Heaven is summoning you to stand at the intersection of time and eternity. Do not risk being late. Consider also what you bring into your mind through what you read, watch, or listen to tonight. If it drains you, silence it. If it stirs fear, shut it out. If it fills you with faith, let it play. The atmosphere you set tonight will carry into the morning. Fill your space with words, sounds, and images that echo destiny, not despair. Beloved, preparation is not about control, it is about stewardship. You cannot dictate how heaven will move at 9:19, but you can steward your part. You can posture yourself as one who is ready, who is alert, who is awake. This is your responsibility, and heaven honors those who take it seriously. Think of Israel on the night of the Passover. They were told to eat in haste, with their cloaks tucked in and their sandals on, ready to move. They did not know all the details of the deliverance, but they were told to be ready. Their readiness was faith in action. In the same way, you do not know exactly how heaven will manifest tomorrow, but you are called to be ready. Chosen one. Let your practical preparation be an act of worship. Every bed you make, every dish you clear, every detail you set in order is not mundane, it is holy. You are preparing a temple, not of stone, but of space, of body, of time. And when the hour strikes, you will not scramble, you will stand. Beloved, do not despise these small steps. Heaven does not. Heaven sees them as obedience, as faithfulness, as expectancy. And tomorrow, when you rise into your moment, you will not regret the time you spent preparing. You will be free, uncluttered, focused, and fully present when heaven opens its window. Chosen one. What you must carry into tomorrow at 9:19 a.m. is not simply readiness but vision. Without vision, even the chosen stumble. Without vision, strength leaks away. You have endured storms, survived trials, and risen from ashes, not to remain wandering, but to walk with sight. Heaven is asking you to lift your eyes higher, to see beyond your pain, beyond your past, beyond even your present struggles. It was proclaimed in the second letter to Timothy, 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind." Vision demands this sound mind, this courage, this strength of love. To hold vision, you must refuse fear. To step into vision, you must embrace power. And to protect vision, you must walk in clarity of mind. Beloved, vision is the portrait of your destiny painted upon your spirit. It is the glimpse of who you are becoming when obedience meets divine purpose. Vision shows you not only where you are, but where you are headed. And tomorrow's hour will be wasted if you approach it with eyes dimmed by doubt. You must see yourself rightly, crowned, marked, and unstoppable. Imagine yourself as a torchbearer, walking through a valley of shadows. In your hand burns a flame that no wind can quench. Others walk behind you, their steps depending on your light. This is vision, to know that your life is not only about survival, but about leadership, about illumination, about showing the way. Heaven does not simply call you chosen for yourself, it calls you chosen for others. Beloved, chosen one. You must dare to picture your future, not the one fear has tried to paint, filled with failure and lack, but the one heaven declares, a life of impact, of clarity, of overflowing light. You must believe that what God has whispered in your spirit is more real than the lies the enemy has shouted in your ear. You must hold fast to the image of yourself, walking in authority, carrying peace, speaking life. Vision is not luxury, it is survival. Without it, discouragement devours you. Without it, battles overwhelm you. Vision gives meaning to scars, purpose to pain, and weight to perseverance. It is vision that carried Joseph in the pit, that carried Daniel in exile, that carried Paul in chains, and it will carry you tomorrow into your hour of destiny. But hear this, vision requires declaration. What you see in your spirit must pass through your mouth. Silent vision fades, spoken vision strengthens. When you declare aloud who you are becoming, you anchor it, you carve it into the atmosphere. That is why heaven often gave prophets words, not just pictures. They were called to speak so that the vision would live. So here, beloved, I invite you to respond with your voice and your hand. Comment these words as a prophetic act. I see it. When you write this, you are doing more than typing letters. You are confessing to heaven and to your own soul that vision is alive within you. You are saying, I refuse blindness. I refuse fear. I choose to see. This simple declaration resists the lies of the adversary and embraces the truth of your destiny. Do not underestimate this act. Many around you are blind, though their eyes work. They see only bills, only failures, only limits. But you, chosen one, will not be blinded. You will rise tomorrow with eyes sharpened by faith, declaring, I see it. You will see doors where others see walls. You will see light where others see night. You will see purpose where others see pain. Vision, beloved, also requires focus. It is not enough to glimpse once, you must guard it daily. Distraction is the thief of vision. That is why you must set boundaries. Why you must silence voices that cloud your clarity. Protect the image heaven has placed within you. Do not let careless words erase what God has etched into your heart. And know this, vision matures. What you see now is only the beginning. As you obey, the picture sharpens, the colors deepen, the scope widens. Tomorrow, at 9:19 a.m. will not reveal everything, but it will reveal more than you have known before. Do not despise the partial view. It is proof that the full view is on its way. Chosen one, you are stepping into a season where your eyes will determine your altitude. If you look down, you will remain bound. If you look up, you will soar. Choose to see. Choose to lift your gaze above the dust of earth into the promise of heaven. Hold vision tightly. Declare it boldly. And guard it fiercely. For tomorrow, vision will separate those who sleep from those who rise. Chosen one, you must remember that what you are about to step into tomorrow at 9:19 a.m. is not the first time heaven has intervened in human history. Divine interruptions have always marked the lives of those who were willing to hear, to obey, and to stand. When God steps in, the ordinary is shattered and the impossible becomes real. We find in the book of Philippians chapter 1, verse 6, being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ. This is the assurance you carry. God has not started something in you only to abandon it halfway. His interventions are not accidents, they are continuations of his promises. Think of Moses, who stood at the Red Sea with no escape in sight. In that moment, divine intervention split waters and made a path where there was none. Consider Elijah, who faced famine, yet heaven fed him with bread delivered by ravens. Or Peter, chained in prison, when an angel appeared and the chains fell away. Each story whispers the same truth. When heaven intervenes, natural laws bow to divine command. Beloved, your 9:19 a.m. is not about routine, it is about intervention. It is about heaven stepping into your natural circumstances with supernatural authority. You may feel trapped. You may feel forgotten. You may feel weak. But God delights in showing his power precisely when human strength has failed. Yet understand this: even divine intervention requires human response. The waters parted, but Moses had to lift his staff. The ravens came, but Elijah had to eat. The chains fell, but Peter had to walk out. Intervention is partnership. Heaven does its part, but it looks for faith expressed in action. That is why your preparation, your readiness, and even your response right now matter so deeply. And here, beloved, allow me to speak plainly. If this message feeds your spirit, then nourish the well from which it flows. Just as farmers who drink from a well return to dig it deeper, your support through a like, a share, a subscription, or even a gift ensures that this stream continues to flow, not only to you, but to countless others who thirst. Think of it like tending a vineyard. One person waters, another prunes, another harvests. Each role sustains the fruit. When you share this word, you scatter seeds into fields you may never see. When you subscribe, you anchor yourself like a tree beside living waters, always near the source. When you give, you place fertilizer into the soil, ensuring the vine bears even greater fruit. These are not empty gestures, they are living acts of stewardship. Beloved, supporting this work is not charity, it is covenant. You are not merely giving to a person, you are partnering with a mission. Every offering is a drop of oil that keeps the lamps burning. Every click of obedience extends the reach of this light. Just as the widow's oil did not run dry when she poured it out, so your generosity multiplies into miracles for others. Do not underestimate the ripple. One share could awaken another, chosen one who is about to give up. One like could push this word into the path of someone crying silently tonight. One seed of giving could sustain the message that prevents another soul from slipping into darkness. What seems small in your hand becomes immeasurable in God's. Beloved, chosen one. Picture it this way. When a torch is lifted in the night, the flame not only lights the carrier's path, but also signals hope to others in the distance. By engaging, supporting, and partnering, You are not only holding the torch, you are ensuring the flame burns brighter, higher, farther. This is how chosen ones multiply their impact. So as heaven prepares to intervene at 9:19, let your earthly response echo that expectation. Share, because you believe others must be awakened. Subscribe, because you know this stream of light is vital to your journey. Give, because you trust that seed planted in fertile soil will multiply. Let each action be a declaration. I will not only receive, I will sustain. Beloved, tomorrow is proof that God finishes what He begins. Your engagement today is proof that you believe He is still working. Heaven and earth meet in these simple, sincere acts. You are chosen not only to witness the miracle, but to partner in its unfolding. Stand ready, water the well, and hold the torch high. The same God who parted seas, fed prophets, and broke chains is the God who will meet you tomorrow at 9:19 a.m. And when He does, you will be glad you prepared. You will be glad you responded. You will be glad you sustained the flame. Chosen one. There is power in words. The universe itself was spoken into being, and heaven still moves through declarations released from the mouths of the faithful. Tomorrow at 9:19 a.m., you will not be a silent observer. You will be a participant, a co-laborer with heaven through the words you speak. Your decrees will not be empty syllables. They will be swords in the unseen, carving paths, shattering chains, and unlocking gates. The Apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 13, it is written, I believed, therefore I have spoken. Since we have that same spirit of faith, we also believe and therefore speak. Faith that stays silent is incomplete. Faith finds its fullness in declaration. What you believe in your heart must find life in your tongue. Beloved, tomorrow at the appointed hour, let your mouth align with your destiny. Do not fill the moment with complaints, doubts, or questions. Speak life, speak light, speak promise. Declare aloud the truth that heaven has been whispering to your spirit. You are not echoing empty wishes. You are harmonizing with divine will. What then should you speak? Begin with thanksgiving. Lift words of gratitude for what God has already preserved in your life. Thank Him for the nights you survived, the tears He counted, the doors He kept shut for your protection, the breaths you still draw even now. Thanksgiving is not just manners, it is warfare. It breaks the grip of despair and opens your heart to receive more. Next, move into declarations of identity. Say aloud, I am chosen. I am marked. I am preserved. I am called. These are not self-made titles. They are heaven's truth. When you speak them, you push back against the lies that have long tried to erode your sense of worth. Each declaration becomes a hammer that smashes the glass ceilings the enemy built over your life. After identity, declare authority. Speak over your atmosphere. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Darkness cannot stand in my presence. I carry light, and light always wins. Such words are not arrogance. They are agreement with Scripture. Your authority is not borrowed from your own strength, but from the one who has sealed you with His Spirit. Tomorrow at 9:19, that authority will be tested and proven. Beloved, Do not forget to release prophetic decrees over your future. Say aloud what you expect to see unfold. Doors will open. Provision will flow. Wisdom will come. My steps are ordered. My path is clear. Speak these words not as guesses, but as declarations rooted in faith. When heaven hears such words, it rushes to confirm them. Do not underestimate the simplicity of words. The centurion in Capernaum told Jesus, "Just say the word, and my servant will be healed." And it was so. Tomorrow, when you speak, you will do the same. Release words that carry healing, freedom, and direction, not only for yourself, but for those tied to your destiny. Chosen one. Practice tonight if you must. Whisper the words. Taste them on your tongue. Let your spirit become comfortable with speaking boldly. Tomorrow you will not stammer. Tomorrow you will roar. The authority of heaven will ride on your syllables. The atmosphere around you will shift, because you dared to open your mouth in alignment. And remember this, silence is agreement with defeat. If you say nothing, the enemy's whispers fill the void. If you complain, you reinforce his lies. But if you declare truth, you break his grip. That is why tomorrow's decrees are not optional. They are essential. Your voice is the trumpet, and when it sounds, walls will fall. Beloved, picture yourself standing at 9:19, your lips parting to release words that angels will carry like arrows. Each sentence, a shaft of light piercing darkness. Each phrase, a command the unseen realm must obey. You are not muttering, you are legislating. You are not reciting, you are ruling. Heaven has given you the right to speak as a chosen one, and the earth must respond. So, prepare your words tonight. Guard your lips from idle chatter. Save your strength for what matters. Tomorrow, you will not waste the moment with hesitation. You will stand. You will declare, and you will watch as your decrees become reality. Chosen one. Tomorrow's hour belongs to those who believe and therefore speak. Be among them. Let heaven hear you. Let earth feel you. Let hell fear you. Chosen one. The greatest battles are not always the ones outside of you, but the ones hidden within. Many are eager to face enemies they can see, while quietly being devoured by enemies they have concealed fear. Shame, guilt, debt, secret doux, hidden wounds. Tomorrow at 9:19 a.m. Heaven does not only want to open a door for you, heaven wants to break the chains inside of you that would keep you from walking through it. The prophet wrote in the scroll of Habakkuk, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, "For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." Hidden barriers have made you believe that your breakthrough is always delayed, always out of reach, always for others, but never for you. But God says no, your appointed time has come. The delay was never denial, it was preparation. Beloved, you know these barriers well. They are the unspoken fears that whisper, "You're not enough." They are the memories of failure that replay in your mind at night. They are the debts, financial, emotional, spiritual, that weigh on your shoulders like stones. They are the voices of shame that remind you of what you did, what you lost, what you hid. These barriers do not live outside your walls, they live inside your heart. And if they remain, they will choke your destiny even as heaven opens the gate. But hear this, you are not powerless against them. The blood of Christ has already declared victory. The Spirit within you is stronger than every weight, every lie, every chain. What you must do now is expose the hidden barriers to the light. Bring them into the open. Call them by name. Break agreement with them. When you do, their grip loosens. Their voice weakens. Their power dies. Beloved, many chosen ones stumble because they ignore the inner battle. They dress their wounds in silence and hope time will heal them. But time does not heal what is left in the dark. Only light heals. Tomorrow at 9:19, heaven's light will shine. But you must be willing to open the hidden rooms of your soul. You must allow God to walk into the places you have locked. Shame is one such barrier. It whispers that you are unworthy of calling, unworthy of love, unworthy of destiny. But shame is a liar. The cross did not simply forgive you, it restored your worth. Guilt may remind you of what you did, but grace reminds you of who you are. Let tomorrow be the hour when shame is silenced forever. Fear is another barrier. It paralyzes you at the edge of breakthrough. It convinces you that obedience will cost too much. Yet the truth is clear. Fear costs more than faith. Fear robs you of tomorrow. Faith opens it wide. You cannot step into 9:19 bound by fear. You must break its hold tonight. Debt is a weight many carry, both financial and emotional. The feeling of owing, of never being enough, of always lagging behind this, is bondage. But heaven declares freedom. Even if your circumstances do not change overnight, the spirit of debt can be broken. You can step into tomorrow no longer defined by lack, but defined by abundance in God's provision. Beloved chosen one, these hidden barriers are not your destiny. They are temporary chains, and they must fall. To seal this moment, to declare your agreement with heaven, I invite you now to comment the prophetic number 555 below. Why this number? Because it represents grace multiplied, grace overflowing, grace breaking barriers. By writing it, you are not playing with superstition. You are proclaiming, I receive grace. I break free. I refuse to be bound. It is a prophetic act of liberation. Heaven sees it. Angels mark it. And your soul aligns with it. When you type 555, you are telling the unseen, my barriers are falling. My chains are breaking. My time has come. You are choosing freedom over fear, grace over guilt, and destiny over delay. It may look like simple numbers, but in the spirit, it is a hammer shattering hidden walls. Beloved, tomorrow at 9:19 will not only be about open doors, it will be about free feet. What good is an open path if you remain chained? Heaven wants you free, completely free, so that you can run, soar, and fulfill the assignment on your life. So tonight, bring every hidden barrier into the light. Name it, break it, release it, and let tomorrow find you lighter, freer, unshaken. The appointed time has come. The vision will not delay. The chains will not last. And you, chosen one, will step forward, unbound. Chosen one. Never forget, what heaven does in you is never meant to end with you. Every act of obedience, every barrier broken, every moment of surrender creates ripples that move outward. touching lives you may never meet, awakening hearts you may never know. Tomorrow at 9:19 a.m., when the divine alignment unfolds, your response will not remain private, it will ignite others. The Apostle Paul reminds us in his letter to the Romans, Romans chapter 8, verse 19. For the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed. All of creation is leaning forward, longing for the chosen ones to step into their rightful place. And you, beloved, are part of that unveiling. Understand this: the hour you are stepping into is not only about personal breakthrough, it is about community activation. Your obedience becomes a beacon. When you rise, others rise. When you break free, others realize freedom is possible. When you declare light, darkness loses ground, not only in your life, but in the lives of those connected to you. Consider the ripple of Moses' yes. One man obeyed, and an entire nation walked out of Egypt. Think of Esther's courage. Her risk delivered generations from destruction. Paul's letters, written in prison, still strengthen hearts across centuries. The chosen never walk alone. Their steps carry countless others. Beloved, this is why your readiness matters. The gate at 9:19 will not only swing open for you, it will open pathways for others who watch you, who trust you, who are tied invisibly to your destiny. Some of them may never speak your name, but their freedom will trace back to your obedience. Do not underestimate your influence. Even in silence, your presence shifts atmospheres. Even in hidden places, your prayers hold back storms. Your faith, unseen by most, anchors more people than you realize. Heaven chose you, not only for your sake, but for the sake of many. You are a key, a bridge, a torch. Beloved, chosen one. Community activation also means that tomorrow, as you align with heaven, you will feel a sense of belonging you have longed for. The loneliness you have carried was never because you are unwanted. It was because you were waiting for your people, the ones who burn with the same fire, who carry the same seal, who walk the same narrow path. At 9:19, you will sense their presence in spirit, even if unseen. You are not alone, and you will not be alone. Think of Elijah under the broom tree, despairing that he was the last prophet left. God reminded him there were 7,000 others who had not bowed. In the same way, you may have thought you were isolated, misunderstood, forgotten, but heaven whispers, there are others. And tomorrow, you will know you are part of something bigger. No, this activation is not about forming crowds. It is about awakening an army. Chosen ones are scattered across nations, hidden in workplaces, woven through families, rising in unexpected places. When the trumpet of destiny sounds, they move in unison, though they may never meet face to face. You are one of them. Your obedience strengthens the whole. Beloved, understand the weight of this. Your story is not just personal, it is prophetic. People will see your scars and find courage for their own healing. They will watch your perseverance and believe endurance is possible. They will hear your declarations and echo them in their own lives. The testimony of one chosen always multiplies, but with this privilege comes responsibility. You cannot live only for yourself anymore. You must walk carefully, speak wisely, and guard what has been entrusted to you. Others are watching, not always with their eyes, but with their spirits. Your courage teaches them, your worship leads them, your steadfastness anchors them. This is the call of community activation. Beloved chosen one, tomorrow will mark a turning point, not just for you, but for many. You will feel the weight shift, not as a burden, but as a mantle. You will sense the connection, not as a chain, but as a bond. You will step forward, knowing your obedience has multiplied into a movement. So prepare your heart not only to receive, but to give, not only to rise, but to lift others, not only to break through, but to become a breakthrough. You are chosen. Yes, but you are also a catalyst, a spark in a greater fire that will not be quenched. Creation waits. Heaven watches. Earth trembles. And tomorrow at 9:19 a.m., your obedience will echo far beyond your own life. Chosen one, when heaven opens a gate, it is not only for a momentary encounter, it sets into motion a timeline. Tomorrow at 9:19 a.m. is not the end. It is the beginning of unfolding sequences that will test, confirm, and establish what has been released over your life. You must be prepared not only for the immediate breakthrough, but for the days that follow. The Word of God declares in the book of Psalms, Psalms chapter 30, verse 5, "For his anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may stay the night, but joy comes in morning." This is the rhythm you must understand. The hour at 9:19 will be a morning of rejoicing, but what follows will be the walk of favor sustained over time. Beloved, after great encounters, testing often comes. The enemy seeks to steal the seed before it roots. Do not be surprised if resistance sharpens after the moment passes. The wilderness came after Israel's Red Sea. Temptation came after Jesus' baptism. Opposition came after Pentecost. Breakthroughs are always followed by proving grounds. But this is not to destroy you, it is to anchor you. Tests reveal whether the encounter became transformation. Expect confirmations as well. Small details in the coming days will remind you that what happened at 9:19 was real. Words from unexpected mouths. Patterns repeating. Even dreams aligning. These are tokens of assurance. Heaven does not leave you doubting. It confirms its word, so you will walk boldly. Pay attention, for what may seem ordinary could be a divine nod, a reminder that you are still in sync with eternity. Beloved, the aftermath also includes responsibility. What you receive must be stewarded. If wisdom is given, use it. If vision is revealed, pursue it. If freedom is granted, walk in it. Many lose the fruit of their breakthrough because they treat it casually. Do not return to chains that were broken. Do not waste open doors by hesitation. Honor what was released by walking differently in the days that follow. There will also be opportunities. Doors may appear where none existed before. Conversations may arise that carry divine timing. Ideas may surface that feel inspired. Solutions to problems you long carried. These are not coincidences. They are the unfolding ripple of your obedience. Seize them with faith. Move with courage. Do not dismiss them as random. Beloved chosen one, you may also encounter opposition in new forms. Do not mistake it as regression. Increased resistance often means you are advancing. New levels bring new challenges, but they also bring new authority. Remember, the favor of God lasts a lifetime. The tears you knew were temporary. The favor you step into is enduring. Hold on to that truth when storms come after the sunshine. The aftermath is also communal. As you walk out your obedience, those tied to you will notice change. Some will be drawn to the light, others may resist it. Do not be shaken. Your transformation will confront others with choices of their own. Some will join you, others will leave you, but all will be touched by the ripple of what happened at 9/19. Beloved, in the days following, you must practice remembrance. Write down what you experience. Journal the signs, the feelings, the confirmations. Memory fades, but written testimony endures. When doubt tries to creep in weeks later, your own words will remind you of what heaven did. This discipline of remembrance turns encounters into milestones you can return to for strength. Think of Jacob, who marked Bethel with a stone after his dream of the ladder. Think of Israel, who piled memorial stones after crossing the Jordan. Think of Mary, who treasured and pondered the angel's words in her heart. You too must mark the moment, so that the unfolding days remain anchored in the reality of what heaven spoke. Beloved chosen one, the aftermath is not passive, it is active stewardship. Guard your heart, guard your vision, and walk carefully. Expect resistance, but also expect confirmation. Expect testing, but also expect growth. Expect new responsibilities, but also expect favor that endures. Do not rush. Allow the days to unfold in their rhythm. Not every fruit ripens overnight. Some things you will see quickly. Others will manifest slowly, and still others will unfold over years. Trust the timing. The same God who set 9/19 as an appointed hour has already written the days that follow. Chosen one, rejoice in the breakthrough, but prepare for the timeline. Tomorrow is not a single event, it is the start of a story, and you are being written into it with purpose, with precision, with eternal weight. Chosen one. Destiny is not only about moments, it is about the long game. Tomorrow, at 9:19 a.m., will mark a threshold. But thresholds always lead into journeys. A single door can open into an entire house, and that house can contain many rooms. Likewise, your calling is not a one-time spark. It is a flame meant to keep burning. Year after year, season after season. The Apostle Paul declared to the Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." This is the essence of the long game: consistency, endurance, faithfulness, not just catching fire but staying aflame. Beloved, the enemy does not fear short bursts of passion. He fears endurance. He fears when chosen ones walk steadily, day after day, carrying their light without wavering. That is why he works so hard to distract, to exhaust, to make you give up before the harvest. But you will not be one who quits. You will be one who endures, who builds, who reaps. Think of your life as a vineyard. Tomorrow at 9:19, the ground will be broken open. The first shoots may sprout, but vineyards do not mature overnight. They require tending, watering, pruning, guarding against pests. In time, the fruit becomes sweet, the harvest abundant. Your long game is the vineyard, and your faithfulness is the gardener's hand. Each act of obedience is watering. Each prayer is pruning. Each step of endurance is guarding. And in time, your life will bear fruit that others will taste and know heaven is real. Beloved, this long game is not walked alone. That is why I must ask sincerely, walk with me. As I walk with you, if these words have watered your soul, then water this stream in return. When you like, when you share, when you subscribe, when you sow, you are not just supporting content, you are strengthening the vineyard. You are ensuring that the wells that feed you continue flowing. Think of it as a lamp in a dark night. The flame is lit, but it requires oil. Without oil, the flame will flicker and fade. By your engagement, your likes, your shares, your comments, your support, you become the oil. You ensure the flame remains bright, not just for yourself, but for countless others wandering in darkness, searching for light. When you share, you scatter seeds across fields you may never see. When you subscribe, you anchor yourself to a source that will keep nourishing you for the long journey. When you sow, whether little or much, you become a co-laborer, pouring oil into the lamp so that others might find their way. These actions are not small, they are eternal. Beloved chosen one, pause and reflect. How many times has a single word, a single message, sustained you in your darkest hour? How many nights did a stream of encouragement keep you from collapsing? These wells must be kept alive, and you have the privilege, not the pressure, to be part of sustaining them. I say this not as demand, but as invitation. To partner in this work is to say, I will not only take light for myself, I will help carry it to others. And even a small act, a comment, a share, a seed becomes a ripple, far greater than you know. So here, I invite you, leave a comment below. Write what stirs in your heart. Testify of what you have seen, of what you hope for, of what you choose. Your words may be the encouragement another chosen one needs tonight. Do not underestimate the power of your voice. It is part of the long game too. Beloved, tomorrow is the threshold, but the journey stretches beyond it. Endurance is your crown. Faithfulness is your testimony. Generosity is your legacy. Together, these weave the tapestry of a chosen life. You are not called to flicker, you are called to burn. You are not called to taste once, you are called to feast forever. You are not called to stand alone, you are called to walk in community, sustaining and being sustained. So keep the vineyard, guard the flame, water the well. Let your actions today, your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your gifts, your comments be the oil that sustains the light for the long game ahead. And as you do, remember the promise, at the proper time, you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. Chosen one, as the appointed hour draws near, let us return soberly to the reality of warnings. Heaven has not spoken to stir curiosity, but to call you into urgency. To be chosen is both honor and weight, blessing and responsibility. You have been reminded, prepared, instructed. But now you must also face the truth of what happens if these words are ignored. The prophet Ezekiel once carried the burden of warning Israel. If he sounded the trumpet and they ignored it, their blood was on their own hands. But if he stayed silent, their blood would be required of him. This reveals the seriousness of divine warnings. They are lifelines, extended in mercy. but they do not linger forever. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Psalms chapter 95, verse 7 and 8. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts as you did at Meribah, as you did that day at Massah in the wilderness. These words echo through time like thunder. A hardened heart is the greatest danger, not storms, not enemies, not chains, but a heart that refuses to respond when heaven calls. Beloved, what does it mean to harden the heart? It means to hear truth and delay. It means to sense conviction and brush it off. It means to stand at the edge of breakthrough and step back into comfort. A hardened heart does not always shout rebellion. Often it whispers procrastination. But in heaven's eyes, both are the same. To delay is to deny. To ignore is to rebel. You must also know this. Mercy is immense. But mercy has seasons. A door left unanswered eventually closes. Not because God delights in closing it, but because the human heart can grow so calloused that it no longer hears the knock. When conviction grows faint, when warnings no longer stir you, that is the most dangerous place of all. Beloved, warnings are signs of love. The very fact that you are being cautioned now is proof that heaven has not abandoned you. Judgment without warning would be justice. But warning before judgment is mercy. That mercy is at your door tonight. To ignore it would not be harmless. It would be costly. The cost is blindness. When you ignore warning after warning, your discernment dulls. Soon you cannot tell light from darkness, truth from lies, destiny from distraction. The cost is bondage. Chains you could have broken tighten until escape feels impossible. The cost is loss. Opportunities pass. Doors shut. Moments of alignment slip by. And while grace can restore, some windows once missed never return in the same way. But hear this. Beloved, if you respond, the opposite unfolds. Sight sharpens. Chains shatter. Doors open. Favor flows. The same warning that could have been judgment becomes the very seed of breakthrough. That is the paradox of heaven's warnings. They are both danger and promise, depending on your response. Tomorrow at 9:19 a.m. is not simply a random mark on the clock. It is a dividing line. Some will mock it, shrug, and move on. They will feel nothing because they expected nothing. But you, chosen one, must not be among them. You must be awake, aware, ready. This hour will reveal who responds and who resists. Think of the days of Noah. People laughed until the rain fell. Think of Lot's sons-in-law. They dismissed the warning as a joke until fire consumed the city. Think of Israel in the wilderness, who hardened their hearts until an entire generation was lost. These stories remain as reminders. Divine warnings are not empty, they are lifelines. Beloved, you are not being summoned to fear, but to reverence. The fear that paralyzes is not from God, but the awe that sobers is. Let awe settle in your bones tonight. Let reverence sharpen your spirit. You are walking into a holy moment, and holy moments demand holy attention. Mercy still reaches for you. Even now, heaven is not threatening, but pleading. Do not ignore. Do not delay. Do not harden your heart. Tomorrow is not promised to everyone, but tomorrow at 9:19 has been promised to you as a window, a gate, an invitation. Treat it as sacred. Chosen one. This warning is not to crush you, but to carry you. It is not to burden you, but to free you. If you receive it, you will step into the hour with clarity, strength, and favor. If you dismiss it, you risk stumbling where you could have soared. So let the weight of these words rest on you. Do not shake them off. Do not treat them as casual. Let them pierce. Let them settle. Let them stir. For tomorrow, the trumpet sounds and only the ready will rise. Chosen one. The journey has been long, but the crown awaits. Every word spoken until now has been guiding you to this, coronation and commission. You are not just being prepared for a moment, you are being anointed for a mandate. Tomorrow, at 9:19 a.m., heaven will not only open a gate for you to walk through, it will place a mantle upon your shoulders and a crown upon your head. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs chapter 4, verse 9, she will give you a garland to grace your head and present you with a glorious crown. This is more than poetry, it is prophecy. The wisdom you have embraced, the obedience you have chosen, the endurance you have carried, these will manifest in a coronation, not of earthly metals, but of heavenly glory. Beloved, coronation is not ceremony, it is identity affirmed. You have been misunderstood, rejected, overlooked, and doubted. Yet tomorrow, the King himself acknowledges you before heaven's host. This one is mine. This one is marked. This one carries my seal. That acknowledgement is greater than any applause this world could ever offer. But coronation is always followed by commission. Crowns are not for display, they are for duty. Heaven crowns you so that earth may be changed through you. The commission you will carry is not light, but it is glorious. You are called to be a voice in places of silence, a light in places of shadow, a standard in times of compromise. Your commission is not about titles, it is about transformation. Beloved, tomorrow you will feel it, not only the shift in your spirit, but the weight upon your shoulders. Do not mistake this weight for burden. It is mantle. Elisha carried Elijah's cloak, and with it came multiplied authority. David wore oil on his head long before he wore a throne. In the same way, your crown will precede your platform, and your mantle will rest before the world even recognizes it. This commission will demand courage. You will face battles sharper than before, but you will also wield authority greater than before. You will be sent into places others fear to go, but you will not walk alone. Angels will flank you. Heaven's breath will fill you, and the Spirit will guide you. Commission is costly, but it is never solitary. Chosen one. Understand also that coronation seals your past. The shame, the failures, the doubts, they cannot cross into tomorrow's hour. A crown cannot rest on a bowed head. You must rise, lift your chin, and receive what heaven has prepared. Leave the ashes behind, step into beauty. Leave the mourning behind, step into joy. Leave the questions behind, step into clarity. The crown signifies the end of wilderness and the beginning of kingdom. Your commission will also awaken responsibility toward others. Some will look to you as proof that God still speaks. Others will draw courage from your testimony. Still others will be stirred to rise because you rose first. Your crown is not only for your head, it casts light for many others to walk by. Beloved, tomorrow you are not just crossing into breakthrough, you are stepping into office. You are being entrusted with territory, with assignments, with influence, and heaven trusts you because you endured the crushing, the silence, the waiting. Oil that has not been pressed cannot flow. But you have been pressed, and now the oil will run. This coronation and commission are eternal. Earth may not recognize it with applause, but heaven records it with permanence. When you walk into eternity one day, this crown will not fade, for it is woven not of gold or silver, but of obedience, faith, and fire. Chosen one. Tomorrow at 9:19 a.m. Rise to receive it. Stand tall. Lift your head. Stretch your hands. And feel heaven place upon you what generations long to see. You are not just surviving, you are reigning. You are not just called, you are commissioned. You are not just marked, you are crowned. Chosen one. The journey through these words has not been casual, it has been sacred. You have walked from warning to identity, from vision to preparation, from breaking barriers to receiving commission. Each section has been a step on a staircase leading to the hour marked tomorrow at 9:19 a.m. Now you stand at the summit. What has been spoken over you is not fantasy, it is prophecy. Heaven has not wasted words on you. Every verse declared, every image painted, every instruction given has been heaven's way of saying, you matter, you are chosen, you are called. Take this seriously. Do not let it dissolve into memory like a forgotten dream. Return to these words. Meditate on them. Let them soak into your bones. For when the trumpet of destiny sounds tomorrow, it will not wait for hesitation. You must already be ready. And yet, do not carry fear. Carry reverence. Yes, but not terror. The one who calls you is faithful. The one who crowns you is merciful. The one who commissions you is also the one who sustains you. You are not being sent alone. You are being sent with heaven's full backing. So rest tonight with expectation. Rise tomorrow with clarity. And when the clock strikes 9:19, step boldly into the current of destiny. The crown awaits. The mantle rests. The commission calls. You are not ordinary. You never were. You are God's chosen, one called for this hour, sealed for this generation, crowned for eternity.